to my channel. Today I didn't expect to do this, but one of my viewers was commenting about a mineral mix, and I thought today let's experiment. So I went and grabbed some of the stuff that you use for a mineral mix, and I found out that one of the things that you use for a mineral mix, and this is the guy that I'm going to mess with today and we're going to plant, is this stuff called pumice. Now, I didn't know about any of these things where you can use a complete mineral mix. And the other thing that you use is perlite. And this stuff here, which is pine bark fines. Now, I got to tell you, I have worked my butt off to find this. And in the end, it was a jungle earth reptile thing, very costly stuff. Normally, I would have used the fir bark fines, but I was going to follow the formula completely. So what I did is I mixed basically 2 parts of the pine bark fines and 2 parts of the or 1 part of the pumice and 1 part of the perlite. And the whole argument with this is that you want a very well draining mix. This one is not going to erode. It's going to be very well draining, and that supposedly figs love it. So I have these cuttings. You see what I do, folks? I told you I don't like to work hard. I throw these things in a bag. I don't do much. Throw them in. I don't know what this is. All I know is I found it and I put it in a bag, and it's rooted. And you can tell it's barely got enough roots on there. But if the argument is that the figs just love this subterrate, we're gonna rinse this off, plant it in this little thing, and we're gonna see how it does. Now I gotta figure out a way to put you guys down while I open that bag. So bear with me a second as I attempt to do that, folks. So I'm just gonna put you down just for a second, and I'm going to open this bag, and then we'll rinse it off together. And you'll notice it's not very hard to open it up. I did rip, I think, a couple of baby roots down there, but so be it. I was in a hurry. And you can see there's barely any roots on this, and I'm just going to rinse it off. And I've done one where I didn't rinse it off, and I just put it in with the Promix HP, the perlite, and everything else that was on it. But this one we're going to rinse off. I know I'm making a mess out of it, but here we go. Here's the roots of it, and I think you can see it here. And I'm just gonna put this in here, and we are gonna see what this is gonna do. I think it will stand there for a minute. Let's add some. See if I can straighten it out a little without damaging it. Now, I've never done this before. This feels very unusual. And I think this is what we would do with my orchid mix. As a matter of fact, that is very similar. I'm gonna put it in here. Now, I will tell you that I'm not gonna add any other anything else to it. I want this to be more of a, is this thing gonna actually grow, or is it gonna die in this pot? And so I'm just gonna go now and give it a quick rinse. Sorry, I was just changing modes on this camera. It's driving me crazy. By the way, you'll notice, one of my viewers was asking me how I mow my lawn. You'll notice I pulled all the cables off. I'm about to mow it, and it's as simple as throwing all these drip irrigation that I was talking about on the side, and it took me 2 minutes to do that. Nonetheless, let's come over here, and all I want to do is I want to show you guys something. When I did it on the other ones, it was really neat to see how quick the drainage was. Dig a little hose here, and you'll notice this thing starts draining right away. You see that? Look at that. It just starts draining. So I'm gonna flood this. Something I would never do to a baby cutting. Look at it, it just drains away. There's and we're gonna take this little guy, we're gonna put him in the green room, and we are gonna see how they do. I want to show you the other ones I did. Let me see if I can maneuver myself here. Sorry guys, I know this is not a prepared thing. You'll see my mess in my home. This is my little green room, and we're just gonna we'll pop him right here. This is a new black Madeira that I managed to air layer, an I-258 I managed to air layer, and LSU purple I managed to air layer. All these guys are just new airlings. So this one here is the one that I actually rinsed. It was the same thing, it was in a bag, and I rinsed it, put it in a smaller pot to see if it's gonna make a difference. This guy here, I left him in the original soil, the pH Promax HP. I left it in that original soil, and then I put the Septorat around it, or the mineral potting mix there. This one is a Ronde de Bordeaux, and you know, I rooted it, air layered it I should say, at the same time as I did this guy here, and he's been very successful, happy. I've given both of them the same thing, but this one just dropped everything. So I rinsed it off. There was some live roots, so I rinsed it off and I threw it in this, and we're gonna see if it will bring it back to life. So guys, this is our little experiment. I'm gonna see how this mineral-based potting soil is gonna work, and we'll see if we make some kind of I don't know, discovery. Supposedly I found out that all the professional fig growers out there are using that Septorat and doing very well with it. So we'll see how that does. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.